Morning everyone. Oh, it's Tuesday. It's a good Tuesday. It was another beautiful day here in Canberra. It's about 8 degrees at the moment, I think. Let me check. We checked before. It's about 9, just under 9:30 in the morning. Sorry, it's 10 degrees. We are heading into the National Museum. We had a great night last night. Had a good feed at Wilma. If you're ever in Canberra, it's a good spot. Parking's a bit tricky, but there is car parking around. But it was good. So we're heading into the museum this morning. One of the highlights we want to do is definitely go to the War Memorial, which is today. I'm going to definitely tick those two off. We're going to try and get to the Mint, and then also try and get to the Botanical Gardens. We went up to Mount Ainslie Lookout last night and took a photo. Oh, sorry, took in the view and took a photo. But we think we might go back up in the day because, yeah, it might be even nicer. So we'll try and shoot back up there. So we've got an action-packed Tuesday. Tracer's just finalising getting ready. We're driving in today. We had 20,000 steps yesterday, so it's like being in Japan. Tokyo Day, we called it. Our joints are a little bit tender, so A, because we haven't walked that much in a while, that shows you how fit I am not. And secondly, the grounds, there's a lot of roadworks going on, so a lot of uneven grounds we had to go over because the footpaths were closed because they're extending the tram. So old J-Bone's joints just got a little twinge here and there, but I'm okay. So yeah, we're going into town. We'll take some pretty cool footage today. Tomorrow's move day. We're not sure where we're going yet. We need to get on top of this because we're going to try and take 7 or 8 days to get home. But our dear friend Chatty's telling us to go to Jarvis Bay, so we might head to Jarvis Bay. We want to do a couple of nights here and just do a bit of ticket touring around the coast. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, today will be a good day. We're driving in, and we're going to try. Actually, another thing we're going to try and do. We're going to try and get close by Lake Burleigh and see if we can hire a couple of lime scooters and do a lap around the lake. It's 8 Ks, I think it was said yesterday, so I just don't think we've got time to walk it. So that'd be cool if we can do that. And we got some really cool coffee suggestions from the staff last night as well, so we're going to check those out. Alright, stop number 1. We're going into the museum, the National Museum. Did you say there was some sort of Korean show on today, dear?
Yes,
exhibition. So this will be cool. We're probably going to spend a couple of hours here. Like I said, we're definitely going to get to the War Memorial. We are down by Lake Burleigh, so part of me wants to jump on a lime scooter and get around, but we might have to come back. But yeah, this will be... It's pumping inside. Trace and I am trading an old hoodsie. Pink Cadillac. So this is the main foyer. Pretty cool. Crowd of pumping watching. What do we got here? What a Barosaurus. There you go. This is pretty cool to share. These are just some shells and pearls and things collected off the coastline. Look how huge this giant clam shell is. Unreal. Alright, so a little bit of cool history. 1885, this billiards table was made. It's pretty wicked. It must be horrendously heavy. But yeah, the story is that it went overseas to the UK and a whole lot of donors donated money and it found its way back to Australia. So well done, Australia. Bit of history. And I thought, well, I've got the camera on, we'd come down and check out was it Jack Brabham? Yeah.
Which you feel like taking a drive?
We've done that. A couple of cool things in this cabinet. Apparently it's only a 2-piece too, the 2-piece cricket ball. That's one that was dismissed, the great Don Bradman, for 0 in a Sheffield Shield game. And the cool old Melbourne Cups. Bit of Firelap memorabilia. And Jimmy Pike, who was the rider. But what else is cool here is the I've read about this before, about the heart of Firelap. And I was reading that the hide has gone to Melbourne, skeleton's gone to New Zealand, and then Sydney got the heart. And you can see the chunks been cut out that they did for testing and stuff. Fun fact. Just come to the War Museum. The War Museum, beg your pardon. So far we've just come to the entry. It's a little bit eerie really. But there's a pretty overwhelming stat. Over 100,000 people have died, men and women, in war, Australians. It's a lot, man.
What's the signs of smoke? Thanks.
Just quickly read the story of the Longtan Cross. Quite sad actually. It's a bit of an ambush in Longtan. This is the cross that was erected I think it was the 3rd anniversary after, where 18 soldiers were killed and 24 were wounded. Yeah, pretty brutal. Just up at Mount Pleasant, above the Defence Academy and the Duntroon, we think it's called, Air Force Base. Beautiful view of Canberra. Another glorious day. So we've just pulled into the Botanic Gardens. Could be our last stop for the day, just based on time, but we'll see how we go. But we spent a good hour and a bit at the National Museum this morning, which was pretty good, eh? It was okay. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't probably what we thought. We were sort of thinking something to the extension of like maybe Te Papa in New Zealand, but it wasn't like that. But I can understand why. It was mostly about the history of the states and the territories, which was good. That's what we found. And then we spent a good two and a half, I'd say 2.5 hours, maybe even longer, at the Australian War Memorial and Museum. You could spend all day there. There was so much to read, see, do. We just knew we were going to be time poor if we didn't get out. So, yeah, what do you reckon about the War Memorial?
It was just amazing, just like because it covered like all of the wars that Australia has been involved in, like dating back to the Cold War. So it was just interesting. Like it was some really cool pieces of memorabilia. So there were like letters from soldiers that they'd sent back home, you know, to their families, and so it was really just interesting at the same time as being quite heartbreaking reading those letters, because they were sent to the families. It was like a, you know, in case of their passing, they were then sent to their families, and so the story obviously went that they'd been killed in the line of duty and the letters had been sent to their parents, but they just their perspectives on war and what they were doing for their country was really interesting. It was just like you know, they weren't afraid to die. They were happy to be of service to their country, and they were just really at peace with what they were doing, which was you know, it's crazy to kind of think, you know, putting yourself in their shoes. And yeah, just heaps of cool just memorabilia and
yeah, it was pretty cool. The Roll of Honor, what was it called? The Roll of Honor? Yeah, that was pretty eerie, like as in like humbling and surreal, like just like all the poppies and the names, and then we went into we think it's a grave of the unknown soldier, is that right?
I think so. It's not a grave, it's at least a memorial.
A memorial, but that was pretty cool. Like it was quite touching, I suppose, be the word used. Yeah, so we had a really good morning. If we had more time, we'd do the War Museum for longer, but we thought we wanted to try a couple other things. We have just popped down, I beg your pardon, from Mount Pleasant Lookout. That was a beautiful lookout. We're going to go quickly have a quick look around the Botanic Gardens, and then we're going to see, if time persists, we'll try and get across to the Mint, but I don't think we will.
Probably not.
It's not really a high priority. And then, yeah, we need to start planning our road trip home, I suppose.
Yeah.